If you're considering getting the NetZero eSIM for international travel, there are some important things you need to know before making the purchase. While it's a solid option for many travelers, there are a few factors to consider, especially when comparing it to other eSIM options out there. Stick with me until the end to find out if it's the right choice for you. First up, the NetZero eSIM offers global coverage across over 100 countries, which is a great starting point. This is especially helpful for international travelers who are constantly hopping between different countries. However, other providers like Airalo also offer similar coverage, so be sure to check if they cover your specific destinations. The second thing to note is that the NetZero eSIM provides different plans based on data usage, which gives you flexibility. This means you can choose a plan that fits your needs, whether you're just using it for light browsing or heavier data consumption. However, compared to competitors like Holofly, NetZero's plans can sometimes feel a bit restrictive, especially if you need more data. The third thing to be aware of is the pricing. NetZero's rates are competitive, but they can vary depending on the region you're traveling to. In some areas, they might be more affordable than other options, but in others, you might find that services like Airalo or GigSky offer better value for the price. Always compare prices before buying. Next thing, activation is relatively simple. You just need to scan a QR code to activate your eSIM, which works well for most phones. But it's worth noting that the activation process with other eSIM providers, such as TruePhone, might be even more seamless for some users, depending on your device. Now let's talk about customer support. NetZero's support is available, but it can take a little longer to get a response compared to competitors like Airalo, which offers 24/7 live chat. If you're someone who values immediate assistance while abroad, this might be something to keep in mind. The fifth thing to mention is network speed. NetZero uses a number of local networks, so your speed will depend on the country you're in. This is pretty common for eSIM providers, but some users have reported slower speeds in certain regions compared to other services like Ubigi, which has consistently good coverage and speed in various countries. Next up, let's look at compatibility. NetZero works with a wide range of phones, but be sure to check that your device is compatible before purchasing. Not all phones support eSIM, and some carriers may have restrictions on certain models, so double-check compatibility on their website. The seventh thing is that NetZero offers a convenient app to manage your eSIM, but some travelers have mentioned that it's not as intuitive as some competitors, like Airalo, which offers a more user-friendly experience. If you're someone who values a smooth and easy-to-navigate app, this might be a consideration. The eighth thing. Some users have reported issues with connectivity in remote areas. While NetZero does provide reliable coverage in major cities, you might face challenges in less populated regions. Other providers, such as TruePhone, tend to have better coverage in rural areas, so keep this in mind if you're heading off the beaten path. Moving on to the ninth thing, we've got the flexibility of switching between multiple countries. NetZero does allow you to swap between networks, but it's not as seamless as some other providers. With services like Holofly, you can switch countries without any extra steps, while NetZero might require a bit more setup. The 10th thing to consider is the validity period of your plan. NetZero's data plans can last for up to 30 days, which is a good duration for most travelers. But if you're planning a longer trip, services like Airalo offer plans that can last for months, so you don't have to worry about renewing your plan mid-trip. The 11th thing is that NetZero's eSIM isn't as widely available in all countries, so it might not always be the most reliable choice in certain regions. If you're traveling somewhere more remote, it could be worth looking at competitors like GigSky, which has broader availability in a wider range of countries. And finally, while NetZero is a good option overall, if you're looking for a more seamless experience and potentially better value for your money, we recommend checking out a different solution that you can try for free. It offers better coverage, more data options, and faster customer support, making it a great alternative for international travel. In conclusion, while the NetZero eSIM is a solid choice for many, it's always a good idea to compare different options before purchasing. If you're ready to explore